everyone, it is I, your favorite perfect being, Cell, and I'm back with another reaction. Today we're reacting to Casual Geographic. Yeah, this is gonna become a regular. Y'all best be in for this. Come here, help me hit that like button. You tripping if you ain't. Spirit bomb that subscribe button. Check out Operation Mitosis. We're going viral. Check out the original video. We're reacting to animal facts we should have left in 2024. Leave a like, comment, share, and subscribe. Become part of the Bomb Squad today. Oh yeah. Have a perfect day, damn it! And don't forget, again, check out the original video. Show Casual Geographic some support. Have a perfect day, and let's get this perfect reaction started, shall we?
These saltwater crocodiles in Indonesia have apparently learned how to pretend to be drowning to lure humans in who they view as prey.
They pretended.
I'm gonna call this animal facts we should have left in 2024, because after this, I will not be speaking on this anymore. So this video went viral for obvious reasons. I really thought it was a joke, but from the comments and the sheer
in a way, a crocodile pretended to be drowning.
So, yeah, they're not pretending to drown. But the truth might actually be worse. You see these tiny dots, these pits on the crocodile? Well, they're pressure sensors, and a microdose trypophobia means a prehistoric sawtooth sledgehammer can detect the smallest vibrations in the water. A butterfly can go skinny dipping, and the oversized assault gecko can pinpoint its exact location. In fact, it's scientifically proven. You could blindfold a crocodile in a sensory deprivation tank and drip a leaky faucet's worth of water. They'll know exactly where it's coming from. Their jaws are more sensitive than fingertips, and it's why you can get away with this until a drop of sweat hits their mouth and you get your melon split like Fruit Ninja. It's also why if you see this, be wary. That's a pre-type obituary. In especially murky water, a crocodile will basically T-pose with a side of spirit feathers to maximize their sensitivity to any disturbances, and any fish in its hitbox gets filleted. So yeah, you got a plus-size sentient snare trap beast breathing like a Inosuke.
I've never
seen armored demon.
Inosuke, that's my dude.
So that could be what's happening here. Or maybe the croc caught a body and just won't let go. Or he could just be dead, but definitely not pretending to drown. I mean, that would imply that someone witnessed the same living plot armor that disregarded 2 extinctions in water and tried to be a hero, and apparently did it enough times for the crocs to catch on. And it's not like crocs are stupid. Mugger crocodiles have been recorded using twigs and sticks to bait nest-building birds like egrets into getting close enough to get fouled. Some Cuban crocs have been trained to respond to commands and even come running when called by name.
Hold on, he running like a dog.
Run, by the way. Crocodiles have also been known to work as a team, where a researcher witnessed one scare a pig into a lagoon directly where 2 others were waiting. Hell, they even warned in Australia to never camp or get water from the same place more than twice, because a croc will really recognize the pattern, memorize your routine, and then be right there to cancel your life subscription next time. So yeah, for a brain in the weight class of a walnut, crocs aren't dumb, but sympathy baiting? That's a Bikram yoga stretch, and what surprised me the most was just how many articles reposted that video repeating it. Like, they really have people out here thinking reptiles unlock the power of manipulation. Now, to be fair, that might seem obvious to you, but to someone who doesn't yap about animals for a living, or, you know, watch them, seeing it in an article could be all it takes, and like a verbal virus, it doesn't take much for it to spread. So, for the sake of my mental health, I'm working with ground news. Because if I have to argue with one more comment, I'm gonna lose something. My mind, my fans, my freedom.
Damn, it's for real running like a damn dog!
But until you do, I'll just tell you, they're not pretending to drown. They're smart, they're not that smart. Like I said, these stories only get airtime when people think a wild predator has the same thought process as a person. That's exactly how you get this. You know, to this day, I don't know where this came from. We're talking about
again, y'all. Shout out Casual Geographic. Y'all check them out down in the description, along with the original video.
Until she gives up the groceries. Otters don't mercy farm. You know, if nature's taught us anything, it's that a family fair is more likely to throw its child into the abyss than ever try something like this. I mean, just imagine a sea otter trying to emotionally guilt trip a giant apex dolphin. That's another thing. Everyone calls them killer whales, but orcas are bully dolphins on steroids, whose original handle was whale killer. Yeah, you probably heard me say this many times. Well, I was wrong, technically. Let me explain. But it will get complicated, so I'm gonna need you to lock in. After this ad, of course.
Locked in.
So cetaceans are basically mammals that stole the fish's entire flow, not from fusing or merging, but from the evolution that's converging. There's 2 types of cetaceans: baleen whales, you know, the toothbrush bristles for teeth type, and toothed whales, for obvious reasons. Okay, now here's where it gets complicated. The toothed whale family reunion is massive. You got everything from your flipper paralysis demon, the false killer whale, to the virtually extinct vaquita. There's 10 families of toothed whales, and within these 10, there's a super family with 6 of them called Delphinoidea. Superfamily Delphinoidea is where you have your oceanic dolphins, porpoises, along with narwhals and belugas, because they're related for some reason. Cue the narluga.
How about that?
Also, notice I said oceanic dolphins. The dolphins that live in rivers are in a completely different party. But anyway, superfamily Delphinoidea is where you find the dolphins that, let's be real, are the ones you think of when you hear the word dolphin. And the biggest type of ocean dolphin is the one that can slapbox a seal into orbit. So to recap, any mammal that looks like this is a cetacean. Every cetacean with teeth is a toothed whale. A dolphin in the ocean is a toothed whale in the Delphinoidea family. And the biggest member of Delphinoidea is an orca. So long story short, killer whales are dolphins. Every dolphin is a toothed whale, but not every toothed whale is a dolphin. But every toothed whale is a cetacean. It's kind of like how every tortoise is a turtle, but not every turtle is a tortoise. So to answer, are orcas whales or dolphins? Yes.
Got it.
By the way, let me know if you want a full video on that, because that was probably mad confusing. Because being an animal nerd long enough is realizing names really don't mean a thing. Except here, Black Panther is not an animal. You might be tired of hearing it. Well, I'm tired of saying it. And when I say not an animal, I mean, if you go to a zoo and try to find the exhibit that says Black Panther, you won't find it, because it's not even a name more than a description. It's a panther
that's true.
That's black. And remember, panther is just any cat in the Panthera genus. So any lion, tiger, jaguar, leopard, or snow leopard in black could be a Black Panther. But because the mutation that causes it is dominant in jaguars but recessive in leopards, most Black Panthers are just jaguars with 10% tint. But Black Panther itself isn't an actual animal. That'd be like if we called every black wolf, fox, or coyote a black canine, but then acted like black canine was its own thing. It's not real. And you know what else? Alpha wolves are not real, I swear to God. Actually, they are. They are real, but only when you put a bunch of wolves that don't know each other in a zoo and they have to figure out stuff on their own. That's actually what happened. In the 1930s, Rudolf Schenkel studied wolves in a zoo, and after watching more fights in phase in a telenovela, he just figured that wolves determine group politics by tearing each other apart. Biologist David Mech built off his work and came up with the term alpha wolf. What they didn't realize was that the wolves were fighting over resources, not rank, and by putting a bunch of randoms in one place, they basically created real house wolves of Switzerland. In real life, a wolf pack is usually just two parents and a bunch of their kids. What folks kept calling the alpha wolf whole time was just their father. Now, because I've done this before, I know someone's gonna comment, well, if they're the lead wolf, they're still the alpha. The problem is, the whole alpha thing implies that the lead wolves got there by beating the others like a Cherokee drum. Really, it's just seniority. Also, another thing I never thought about
so that's how it goes.
Once the kids get to about 1 or 2 years old, they dip and try to form their own pack. In a zoo, you often get the same adult wolves around each other constantly, and like any reality show, eventually that leads to tension that wouldn't be there in a normal pack. So normally, you wouldn't see any alpha wolves in the wild, and the same guy that came up with that would spend the rest of his career trying to take it back. And just as a final middle finger to anyone that still wants to argue, when the term alpha male was first used academically in 1921, it was by zoologist Thorleif Sheldrup Ebbe. And he was referring to, I'm not even kidding, he was talking about the hierarchy where lower status poultry will get pecked on by higher ranks. That's literally where pecking order came from. So the next time a man tries you with that alpha male, just know he's taking cues from a temperamental chicken nugget. Also, chickens are confirmed psychopaths. If one chicken starts bleeding, the whole flock will jump in and peck it to death. I think the worst thing is that people took the alpha dog thing and got convinced that's how you make your actual dog respect you. Cesar Millan has done an absolute masterclass of misinformation on the dog community. You really got folks thinking you gotta flex on an 80-pound pit bull to keep him in line. Imagine trying to play alpha with Cujo on creatine. We've gotten a lot wrong. Probably the worst thing, that a tail wagging means happy. That fact alone has probably gotten more people bit than anything. Basically, a tail wag means excitement. Excitement can mean seeing their person come home, or it can mean fear, anxiety, or the last warning before they put a canine-sized hole in your hand. And the faster the tail, the more excited Fido is. The question is, what kind? Well, science says a tail favoring the right means the vibes are good, but a tail leaning left could mean stress, so best to be left. Alone, that is a lot more complicated than I just made it sound, but long story short, a tail wag is like a smile. A smile can mean someone's happy to see you, or might even think you're cute, or that waitress is just doing her job and doesn't want to get hit on at work. Long story short, if you expect your dog to learn how to parlay people, then the least you can do is talk tail. Oh, another dog thing that's been bothering me for years is that Chihuahuas are the spawn of Shaitan.
Hey,
now I get the
I'll be real.
thing. I've been personally victimized by
they do be aggressive.
But with dogs,
it's like
usually a Y.
I think a Napoleon complex or something. But it's immediately.
Toddlers on 4.
I've had some Chihuahuas in our family.
But Huskies were also bred as sled dogs.
We got
and not only
dog droids
and make decisions in a dangerous work environment.
Around
sometimes
the lab.
they have to be willing to go against orders if those orders.
We got android dogs around the lab.
It's actually called intelligent disobedience. And for football fans, it's basically an audible. It's pretty important because, you know, if Russell Wilson had it, maybe he would have ran the ball. Beagles are basically walking instruments, but they were bred to hunt rabbits in thick brush, and that same baying keeping you up at 2 a.m. is how they communicate with hunters. So why are
Man chased away a whole croc.
You know, I don't even think it's a Chihuahua thing, more than a little dog
thing.
But I have my theories. A lot of times, Chihuahuas don't get socialized with other dogs early on, so the first time they see a big dog, which like any dog to them is a big dog, it probably scares the daylights out of them. Also, I think a bigger thing is owners be letting a lot of bad habits slide just because they're travel size.
For real though.
So eventually it escalates. Let it be a Doberman and suddenly they'll know discipline. Actually, that's my biggest thing. A lot of owners won't correct bad behavior when it comes from a Chihuahua. In fact, I've seen a lot of y'all encourage it. I've always said if a Rottweiler acted like a Chihuahua for a day, he'd be dead by dinner. Also, often what looks like aggression might just be fear. And if your dog tells you he's afraid and you don't listen because you think it's cute, but that's how you end up with the dog version of David. Size might be part of it too, but it probably has less to do with it than people think. Long story short, if I see a kid wilding in Walmart, I'm gonna look at the parents. And likewise, I'm gonna blame the dog owner before I blame the dog.
Yep.
No clever transition, but another thing I've heard is that male lions don't hunt, or better yet, that male lions are lazy. And I can tell you exactly where it came from. You see, lionesses use the power of friendship to run down prey in open areas. It's pretty hard to miss. Lions are bigger, bulkier, and with a whole afro equipped, they had to switch up the playbook. So instead, male lions ambush prey by camping out in dense brush. Research shows that male lions pack up prey as frequently as females. It's just that in the olden days, you'd probably never see it. Also, before male lions even get a pride, they're in their nomad arc. Oh, they'd be lying on the ground permanently if they didn't hunt. Now, to be fair, male lions do stop hunting as much when they're in a pride, but not completely. They'll often get involved to bring down bigger, riskier prey like buffalo that lionesses
Yeah, they do be hunting buffalo.
Basically, the lionesses run them down, and the main mercenary delivers the final blow. Now, they do only get involved about 10% of the time, but it's not because they're lazy. They just have a different job description. Male lions patrol the pride lands, mark their territory, and as you know, they gotta run the ones with any outsider trying to take his place. What you might not realize is, as good at hunting lionesses are, in some studies they got up to half their kills stolen by hyenas, or even other males. Having a nearly 500-pound equalizer on their side helps them keep what they catch. It's not lazy, it's just that lions and lionesses help cover each other's weaknesses perfectly, and clearly it works. They're the most notorious and feared pack predators in Africa. Or maybe second, because there's one predator that animals fear even more than Mufasa and friends, and you'll never get it. It's us.
Yeah.
It's us. You might remember that an experiment showed that almost every animal, from giraffes to antelopes,
humans screw up the planet more than I do.
Were unanimously more afraid of the sound of humans
Droids,
than the cadence of a giant
what it is.
cat, which is out to this day. I still don't understand how this went viral, or at least I didn't, because not only did I find out where it came from, I think I was wrong, kind of, technically. Let me explain.
By the way,
so in 2017,
sweet Smash Brothers music in the back.
Posted a tweet saying elephants basically see us the same way we see puppies.
Nice
now, ignoring
music.
the part of the population that's terrified of dogs, the fact loses steam when you realize she got it from Tumblr. It's more likely that one of the smartest creatures alive see us as predators, but not their babies. Remember, it's proven that baby elephants that play the most grow up into more well-adjusted adults. It's why you'll see a baby-faced boulder chase around birds, dogs, and anything in between. So here's what I think happened. Baby elephants will treat humans like any other animal. Difference is, humans might be the only animal that'll see an 1,800-pound toddler barreling towards them and welcome it. In fact, the premature pachyderms probably realize that a hairless bipedal ape gives them the best response. So it's not really that elephants think we're cute, it's that baby elephants think everything's cute. Us included. And I'd bet that's where all the videos of 1-ton 2-year-olds manhandling people came from. And I wouldn't even believe that if I didn't nearly become one of them. Yeah, I went all the way to Chiang Mai to get bullied by an elephant's child. And I'd do it again. I actually made a video
that's coming from an android that tried to destroy.
It could be a bad time for literally everyone involved. You might not have seen it because apparently the YouTube lords did not care for that video. Probably because I talked about certain topics. If you know, you know. But if you don't, definitely give it a watch. I don't usually plug after I post, but I'm proud of that one.
Might react to that too, because I do know, but I'm not going to say in this video because I want it to be able to be uploaded.
In this one, but if not, I'm going to see y'all in the next one.
But yeah, again, shout out to Casual Geographic. That was animal facts we should have left in 2024. Y'all check out the original video in the description down below. Make sure you check out Operation Mitosis. We're going viral. Comment on that like button and spirit bomb that subscribe button. Have a perfect day, and I will see you all in the next one. Goodbye, humans!